Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Alan from the Respiratory Care Program here at Newberry College. And I have received permission for Lashunda to go ahead and record this video. And hopefully it will help others if need be with regards to navigating. And before I even get started, I want to let everybody know, do not be frustrated, relax. Biggest thing is communicate. Send us an email. Everybody has my cell phone number, 843-319-9510. Shoot me a text. I'll get back to you and we'll work on it together. Biggest thing here is let's go ahead and give this a good solid 3-4 weeks. See where you are. Learn the schedule. Learn how to add this new thing that you have to do now in your life. And I think that by the time you get to the second or third week, you're going to start seeing this is not too bad. I can do this. But it is an added responsibility. So we're going to go right ahead and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go to WolfDen. And what I've done is I've logged in as a student. I tell students it's very important that you log into WolfDen for my class, and also according to the syllabi. The syllabi says 4 days a week. I'm more like 3 days a week is what I think is doable. And I would do that on a Monday. Monday, Tuesday is the first time, and then a Wednesday, Thursday is the second time, and then either a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Okay, 3 times a week. I think that's important. It keeps you connected to the course. Every Monday, I want you to know that by 3 o'clock on Monday, I post an announcement under news and announcements. Now, you'll see here under latest news, you could click here and it says read this post, or you could go to news and announcement on the left-hand toolbar. In the video that you see here, it says 310 team meeting recording. I go through it and I kind of walk through these here, showing you what's under each of these tabs. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you that this is the Teams meeting. This is what's due next. This is the next event. You can scroll down and you'll see some other things. Welcome video message from me. Your instructor's contact information, which I've already given you, and then being successful in this course, which kind of outlines what I just said briefly, and that is making sure you check your email and logging into the course. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to news and announcements. And when I go there, you will see that there is an announcement that I put out on December 30th, prepping for the class. And it just welcomes you, tells you who I am. And there's this video about welcoming you to our program. Then this talks a little bit about the course, professionalism and ethics. There is our textbook, which is online. You don't have to purchase it. There's the course description. And this is the work that's due for the first part of the first week of course. You need to first complete the course acknowledgement. And the course acknowledgement is not just for my course, it's for all the courses that you are enrolled in each semester. And we'd like to see you complete that course acknowledgement as soon as possible. It only takes you 1 or 2 minutes. We're looking for you to update your contact information. And then we want you to go in and make a student lounge post, just saying, hi, everybody, my name is, and where are you from? A little something that you like to just share about yourself. Maybe you love football. Maybe you love sleeping. Where you work and why did you take the course? Why are you taking this program? You can also see that I do put a Teams meeting here, and it was January 12th at 7 p.m. And there was the link. You should be receiving a link also in your email, because I've added you to our course. If you were added to the course after I did this, then you didn't receive that email, and you need to make sure that you contact me and I'll get you in there. but normally I rectify that myself. So that's the first week. That's the intro. And then if you want to see what the next post is, you come to the right-hand side and you click, and there's the Teams meeting recording. Now I'm going to click on it and let's see if it opens. And now when you open it, you can kind of see some of the other students that had attended. Now, could you hear that, LaShonda?
I can't hear it. I can see it, but I can't hear it.
That's fine. That typically is the issue. If I try to play the video, that's already on there. But for everybody who's watching the video, this recording, you can click on that and you're going to be able to see what that video information contained. And it'll be in the same kind of format that you're seeing here. That's news and announcements. I go back to news and announcements again. You want to get to the getting started. This is the page that you come to when you log in. All right. Every Monday by 3 o'clock, I'm going to post another news and announcement telling you what's going on for the week. To me, that's important. That gives you the opportunity to know what's going on, but not all your instructors will do that. It is just the format that I was familiar with one of my instructors when I was going for another master's with Liberty University. And I just enjoyed that. It made me feel more comfortable. I was very nervous about taking online classes. Was I going to be able to do this? Out of sight, out of mind. And I had a very busy life, worked a lot, 5 kids, all these things that can make life very challenging but fun. But I still want to continue to walk through. That was the news and announcement tab. This is the syllabus tab. When you click on here, it's going to bring you to the syllabus, which I advise you to go through. And when you see the video, I went through that on our first Teams meeting. This is being successful in the course. There's the welcome video. And then this shows you all of the syllabus. It talks about how your grade's going to be calculated. And then it talks about when your assignments. Now here it says assignment due dates. What this is talking about is making sure that your assignments are submitted on time. If for some reason they are not and you cannot, and I've had 2 students this week already contact me. One has COVID, the other one is having another situation where she has to go to have something done with regards to a surgery. No problem. They've let me know. I'm working with them. No points are going to be deducted. They've just communicated with me. I understand that this is going to happen to you during this semester. You might end up pulling extra shifts, things that happen. Just communicate with me. I will tell you that if there is a situation like that and you can't get the work done, I will be asking you to see if you can at least do the online discussion post each week, because that'll keep you current. I'm not going to try to repeat the meeting that I had and what I reviewed in the Teams meeting from the 12th. This is the overview of each assignment for the 7.5 weeks. And then each week, you will see listed below is the agenda for that week. You have there's your textbook reading, your online lectures, the Teams meeting that was on the 12th. Here's your discussion post. There's the activity. And then the project was just doing your introduction. And then we do that for each week as you go through the full semester. And you can see all the way down to the very end. Now, I'm going to give everybody the opportunity to go ahead and do that on their own. Your resources, because I have learned, I think about you when I'm as an instructor, as a professor. I think about it from the standpoint of if I was a student in my class, what would I need? And I find a video would be very helpful. Secondly, some of the, if I could get examples of what the instructor wants me to do, that I find very helpful. And so what I've done is you have your books, but then you also have an example APA paper. You have the rubric, and these are, you can see PDF file. This is a Word document. This is actually a sample APA paper that you can download on your computer, and you can change the information. It's already been formatted. It'll work fine, so you don't have to worry about formatting your paper. And it gives you an idea because it'll have a title page, it'll have an abstract, it'll have an intro paragraph, it'll talk about some of the topics that were required for that paper, whichever paper it was that I had to do, a conclusion, and then the reference page. It does it all for you. Now you just have to put your stuff in there. And for me as an instructor, as a student, I would find that very
Uh-oh, what happened?
Can you see?
I see.
Okay, great. That will be very helpful for you to be able to see and to have as an example. That was what I felt as a student. And so I provide you with that sample paper. Then how will your papers be graded? This is how it's graded in my class. And there's the rubric. It's a general rubric. It could be slightly changed from time to time, but for me, it works almost all the time for all the papers that you'll submit to me, for me, in my classes. Then I have another video that talks about the APA paper format and how to create a title page. These two right here, Grammarly Demo and CiteFast, these are tools that I used while I was in grad school. And you know, I'm 2 classes done towards my PhD, and going to get a couple of my other kids off the school, and then I'm going to be back in there and working on my PhD again. But these 2 tools I use all the time. If you look on my screen, it has this green little circle up here. I've actually purchased Grammarly. You can use the free version. Okay, you don't have to, I'm not telling you to buy it, to have another expense, but Grammarly has been great for me, and I was more than willing to use it. And it helps me everywhere, making sure I don't make any grammar errors, spelling errors. It kind of corrects things, which I find very helpful. And then it also does a plagiarism check if I want. And I have found that very helpful to make sure that at least I don't look silly. I'll use that word, okay, when I'm submitting work, okay? Because we want to make sure that when you graduate from this program and you have that BSRT credential after your name, you're writing at least at that level. And it would be very sad if you cannot construct a sentence or write a paragraph and your spelling's poor and you don't have these tools that not only do I use, but many others use. And it's extremely helpful. And if you learn to use these kind of tools, you'll be writing at a level that will be appropriate for your new credentials when you finish. And then CiteFast.com. This is nothing more than a citation machine. There are several others on the internet. This one is also free. I do not have stock in either one of these companies. It's just what I used that was very helpful. And these are videos showing you how to use that particular product. You don't have to if you don't want to. But for me, creating a citation was nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, I have to cite something. I have to create a reference, have to create a reference page. Am I going to use the current format? Do I really need to go buy that book? The answer is yes, you have to use the format. No, you don't need to buy the book. Use the free website like CiteFast.com. It'll even alphabetize everything, and then you can sit there and you can review it, and it'll say, do you want to copy it? You copy and paste it. You just make sure that it's in the right font for your paper, and that's talked about in one of these other videos here. But that's under the resources tab, okay? Your discussion forum, or all the discussions that we have for the semester, I personally don't think going in that area is the best way, but if you want to, when you click on it, it'll take you to the discussion forums, and you can see here where some students have already been submitting. Online meetings, I don't use that tool. Here is the roster for the students who are in the course. Some students will choose to use the chat. Here is the course information. You can see here, there is my information. I do have an office at Keller Hall on the campus of Newberry College, but the majority of my time, I'm not there. I am here at home. It's a shared office. There's my telephone number at the office, but there is my cell phone. I ask you to give me a text message first so that I can get to you, because if I don't have your phone number in my phone and I don't know the phone number, I don't answer it, because we all get those spam calls. Office hours on site and remote, starting January 10th, and goes through the end of the year when we ended the school year before Christmas 2022. And you see Monday and Thursday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m. And I can hold a Microsoft Office Teams meeting with you, or by cell. Or if you need a different time, send me an email, or you can text me, and we can set up another time to meet. That is under the course information. You can go through course calendar. There's the attendance. But this is the tab I think is the most important one that I want you to click on each week, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when you come into the course, or the 3 days that you choose. At the very top, it's telling you what's due next. And so there's an activity paper and the assignment overview for week 2. This was your get started. This was the very first week, the very beginning. This talks about the course. And then you have your course acknowledgement. Now, this is me signing in as a student. But if it was you, because I already know that everybody here in the course has already completed the course acknowledgement, you have a check mark here. That check mark means that you've completed that. Student lounge post, you should have a check mark here also. If you don't, please go in, complete the student lounge post. It's not a lot, just a little bit about yourself, saying hello to the group. And then here, questions, ask away. This is an online opportunity, if you would like, where you could post your question, and that's open from the beginning of the course, January 10th, all the way to the day it closes, March 3rd. You don't have to do it that way. If you like, that's fine. It's not included in the grade. Most of the time, students will go ahead and email me or text me. Now you go to Module 1. This is the assignments for this week. You can see it's going from January 10th through the 18th. Our assignments open up at 12 a.m. on Sunday night, January 10th, and then they close at 11:55 p.m. on January 18th. So you have that 7-day period to get the assignments in. And again, if something happens, contact your instructor, let them know what's going on, and to ask for an extension, and we'll work with you. But each time you see a check mark, you're seeing that the assignment is done. These are the objectives for this week. This was the Teams meeting. You can see it says no grade, there's a grade awaiting. That means the instructor has not graded the assignment yet. If you do attend a Teams meeting, you don't have to do anything else. I will go ahead and give you credit for that. If you were unable to attend that Teams meeting, all I ask is you watch the video link, and then you send me a summary of what did I talk about. If I asked some questions, answer the questions in the video. And typically, I'm trying to make sure that you're just staying current and constant, connected with the course and with the others in the course and me. If for some reason you cannot attend, that's fine. Just do the Teams meeting summary after you've watched the video and submit it before the end of the week. That just shows me that you're getting the information in a timely fashion, and you can get all the points. You won't lose any of the points. Now, if I go to Teams meeting and I click on it, all right, that's a bad example. Let me go back. I'm going to go to discussion post. If I go to the discussion post, this is the rubric. that we use, and it talks about the content. As long as you answer the questions, you'll get this part. If you only partially answered the questions for the, you're going to get on the lower side. This is the responses that you gave. That talks about that. Did you submit them on time? All right. Here is if a reference is required, did you put that on there? Now, I understand this is going to be something new, so don't freak out. Don't find a building to jump off of, or a bridge. Just joking. Just put the name of the article and the web address, and that's going to give you access to the discussion forum. Then make sure that you've responded to 2 other students in the course during that week's discussion, and then make sure your grammar is good. How do you do this? I can go in here and you can write a post by clicking right here. You click on that, and now you go to the post, and now you can hit add post. When you hit add post, you're going to be able to then select and add that content that you want. Over here, I have a post that was made, and there it is. There was my post. Okay, and I talk about ethics here. Ethics is and always will be a highly examined subject. And it goes through, I talk about it from my experience. It has been my experience. There are times when an ethical dilemma might not require a solution, an immediate rapid solution, but instead further evaluation. And in my early days as a floor therapist, a coworker commented that their primary objective was to go to work, get paid, and go home. As a new grad respiratory therapist at the time, I was shocked. And while I disagreed with my coworker, I initially concluded that it really was not morally wrong. However, that statement lingered with me, eventually feeling morally and ethically wrong. Why? I started to realize that not everyone views the world the same way I do. And I began to wonder, how does this person see their patients? Are they patients or just tasks that need to be completed so they can get paid? It is morally irresponsible not to treat each patient as a valued individual. The situation may not always be easy, but being kind and thoughtful goes a long way. And then I talk about as one associated with the medical profession for 30+ years, I've tried not to forget my parents' lessons, not to judge too quickly, and to try placing myself in my patients' shoes and their families. I try to do that as a professor. Try to put myself in your shoes. What are you seeing? That's the only thing I would want. I'd want that same kind of respect. And for me, the golden rule, I think this applies to all the world religions. Do unto others as you would do unto you. You know, the way you want somebody to treat you, that's the way you should treat others. And that would define me and my guiding principle according to my code of ethics. And then it's just the last statement. I hope to apply that principle to future ethical conference in the future. And then that was from our reading. So that was the reference that I put in there. Typically, what I'd like to see is your initial post be about 200 words.
Okay.
And then your response post being about 100 words. Hopefully that makes some sense. Then I go back. And if I go back to coursework, I have an activity paper that I have to do. When I click on it, here is the instructions for the activity paper. This here is the format that we want you to use when you save your Word document. Okay, when you're going to submit it. And all it is your first initial and your last name, underscore activity 1, underscore respiratory, RES 310, underscore, and then that's the date. Because we've been doing this since 2017. Here is the timeline. This is what we're going to be looking at doing. And so when you're ready, then you would come here and you would click upload file. Choose here. And now it's bringing you to this thing called Moxie Manager. At this point, you want to locate your file. go ahead and find your the file that you want to upload. Let's see if I can find one. I'll do spring, and I will do the spring roster. Actually, I'll do the schedule here. Now I have finished uploading. I have to click insert. That didn't work, so I'm going to try to use a Word document. Now I'm going to insert it, and now I can see it here. What am I going to label it? I'm going to label it like I just said. It's A. Dunphy _ and then what is the course? RES 310 _ and is it the wrong key? _ and then the date 01. Let's see, today's the 14th. I'm submitting my work today, 22. Okay, and you could copy that if you wanted to put that as a label. You could even put this as a description if you wanted, and then add file.
Okay.
Now my file, you see up here? Now it's uploaded. Okay. Check here. Okay. If you are finished, turn in your Module 1 activity paper. Now for me to do that, I have to click that. Now it's submitted.
Okay.
At that point, if I go back to coursework, I'm going to come here, and now you see that my activity work has a check mark next to it, but it's not graded. Okay. That means that you've done your part. Now the instructor has to do their part. And for me, what I look at for as an instructor, I would come back to this pretty quickly, and probably within 4 or 5 days of the next week, I'll have it graded for you and back to you, barring some type of unknown, unforeseen incident. But I normally try to get the papers done within the next week that you're taking the class. Another thing to point out is many times your discussion posts are going to tie right into your activity papers, so that these first couple weeks when you post, especially this first week, don't stress. You're going to get an idea of what's expected by reading more of the posts. Each week, you're going to see that I make a post, and I would tell you after you have posted something, go ahead and click on my post. See what it's like. See what I'm writing about. Click on somebody else's post in there that has seems to have a good grasp on what's going on, and you'll feel better about the course. And so these first couple weeks, first 1-2 weeks, this is the learning curve. By the time third week comes around, I'm going to start expecting more from you from the standpoint of you understanding the ropes, how to do things. But again, I know you lead busy lives. Contact me if you have a question, because I'll be glad to work with you. Another thing that we're going to look at real quickly is the grade book. And you can see here, this is the grade book. These are the assignments right now. You can see I have nothing, no grades for me. But you, as a student, you can go to your grade book and you can see what has been graded, what assignments that you have that have been graded. If I go to getting started, that's the very first page again. That's what I see when I log in. Hopefully that's been helpful. The other thing I would tell you is I would go to, when you're looking at this, bottom left-hand side, quick links, you can go to your courses. I would go ahead and open up your email. And when you look at your email, you will see any email that you're getting from your instructor. So I wouldn't log into first right into email. I'd go into your courses under the academics tab, and then find the course that you're taking, 310. Then at that point, you can come down here, and all I'm doing is coming down, hovering, and right clicking on my mouse, and it says open in a new tab. And now I open in a new tab, and there are my emails for that day. Check them. And again, that format that I think works well is check your email on Monday, the latest Tuesday. Check news and announcements on Monday, the latest Tuesday. You'll have some readings and you will have some videos. When I come here to coursework, here's your assignment overview. There are some readings. There's the case study. Here's the online lecture. It's a TED Talk. There's the discussion forum, the activity paper, and then the course project. I do talk more about the course project in the Teams meeting that we had the other night.
Okay.
In essence, what we're looking at is each course has a final course project, which is a summation, a summative project, bringing all 7 weeks together. The one thing that I do want to stress is during this first week and second week, I want you to be thinking about a topic. What do I mean by a topic? A topic for your capstone project. That is something that you would like to focus on for the semester, not for the semester, for the whole program. Why? Say if you want to learn more about, I'll pick up pathology, COPD. I want you then to apply each one of the courses you take to the COPD patient population. Maybe you deal with peds or neonates, and you want to deal with asthma or cystic fibrosis. Maybe it's pulmonary function testing. Maybe that's where you work. I'm not quite sure, but something in that line where now you're going to apply that topic that you've chosen, not us, you've chosen, and you're going to apply that to each one of your courses, to your final course project, so that when you get to RES 410, Dr. Allawine's class, that's the capstone course, you will then pull it all together with him, and that'll be your capstone project for him. If you don't do that, you're going to have to recreate everything from scratch when you get to the end of the program, and that's a lot of work. And we can make some slight modifications to your topic as we move along, but it will be important because the second week you're going to have a quiz where you're going to submit a statement saying what your course, your capstone project topic will be. Come over here again, you go back to coursework. You want to see your next assignment, just go up to the top right-hand side. There's the overview. Here's your reading materials. Okay. And here you see readings. There's the TED Talk I talked about. There are the chapters. You click on that and that will open up that. There's the book, and then you go to the introduction in the book, and then you have your readings, your case scenarios. There's the 3 sections that I want you to focus in on. Chapter 1, Section 1, case presentation. Chapter 1, Section 2, social conduct. Chapter 1, Section 3, presentation of issues. Then you get to Chapter 2, ethical traditions, and you read through that. And then here are some of the notes and definitions that I pulled out so that you can read them. They're from the readings themselves, and I just pull them out. And then we talk about some of the ethical theories down below here. You go down, go up again. What is the next assignment? There's the Teams meeting. Your next assignment, the discussion forum. Your next assignment, the activity paper, which I've already submitted here. Once you've done that, you can move on to the next week. And you can see I haven't opened it yet. I will be opening that probably Saturday evening sometime. I want people to focus in on the first week, get that part done. And that's all under the coursework tab. Hopefully you have found that helpful for those of you who are on watching the video. And if you have any questions, please just let me know and I'll be glad to help you. LaShonda, what do you think? You feel better?
I feel better. I feel better. I was really worried about the discussion post because I wasn't able to submit. I was able to log on to everything before, and now I can't see anything. The only thing I could do is just submit a ticket to the technology place because I was
So
able to access everything before. So now I can't get to the course. Nothing. I
now
can't
see,
see
I'm
anything.
going to do this. I'm going to switch back to normal view. Okay, and I'm going to now stop recording.